In the sunlit plains of ancient Israel, a weary Abner stands by a crumbling throne, uncertainty playing across his face. The air is thick with tension as whispers of a divided kingdom fill the dusty corners of the land. Abner, a commander of renown, feels the weight of loyalty and ambition tugging at his heart. The echoes of Saul's reign linger, casting shadows over every decision as David's star begins to rise. As rumors swirl, Abner's loyalty is challenged, leading him to confront the reality of his choices. In this fragile moment, the fate of Israel hangs in the balance, waiting for a leader to arise. The sun rises over the rugged hills of Gilead, casting a golden hue upon the camp of Abner. Tension hangs thick. Abner stands before Ishbosheth, the newly crowned king, who is uneasy, his features shadowed by doubt amidst loyal soldiers. In the distance, whispers of David's victories resonate through the ranks. A sense of unease spreads among Abner's men. Abner, grappling with his loyalty, paces the tent, recalling the strength of David, a whirlwind of emotions in a leader's heart. Finally, he approaches Ishbosheth, resolving to stand firm despite the looming threat of civil war. Just outside, David's growing influence sparks fervor among the people, challenging Abner's commitment to Saul's house. News arrives of David's emerging power, igniting debates and fears among the men. Swords rattle as tempers flare. Amidst the turmoil, Abner speaks to his troops, his voice steady, urging them to remain loyal to Ishbosheth and the vision of unity. His words, however, fall upon skeptical ears. The men's loyalty wanes as the allure of David beckons. With each passing day, the tension escalates. Factions begin to form, whispering of David's promise as king. Abner senses the storm brewing, and as he stares into the horizon, he contemplates the fate of Israel hanging in the balance. As night falls, the camp is illuminated by flickering torches. The heartbeats of men echo with the choice of peace or war. As the torches flicker, Abner stares across the camp, grappling with doubts as he sees the division among the men. Loyalty hangs in the balance. Joab, fierce and determined, rallies his own faction. With a sharp glare, he prepares his warriors, igniting their anger towards Abner's rule. In the wild, the war drums begin to beat, pumping a rhythm of anticipation into the hearts of every soldier, echoing off the sunburned hills. Abner, aware of the stakes, confers with his lieutenants. Strategies are discussed, the weight of Saul's legacy palpable in their hushed tones. As dawn breaks, the battlefield reveals itself. Abner's forces position themselves, determination etched on their faces, a sense of foreboding looms. Joab shouts commands, igniting a fervor among his men. The air is thick with tension as war cries pierce the morning calm, ready for clash. The clash begins. Steel meets steel, and the ground trembles as the two factions collide, the fierce sound of battle filling the air. Amidst the chaos, Abner fights valiantly, guiding his men with strategic fervor, torn by memories of his late king and the advancing conflict. But doubts linger in Abner's heart, torn between duty to Ishbosheth and the allure of David's promise, a vision of a united Israel. A soldier falls near Abner, the glint of his lifeless eyes igniting a fierce resolve within him. He must secure Ishbosheth's throne. Abner rallies his forces with renewed vigor, calling on their loyalty to Saul, their anger directed toward David's legacy gathering like a storm. Meanwhile, Joab notices Abner's rally, his anger flares. He pushes his soldiers harder, unwilling to let the rival gain any momentum. The enemy faces clash again, a brutal struggle as men fall to the ground, each moment a cruel reminder of the price of conflict. Abner spots Joab in the fray, their eyes meet, a shared understanding of the cost of loyalty. The battlefield is a canvas of conflict. In a bold maneuver, Joab charges at Abner, a fierce clash of wills. Each man embodies the desperation of their cause as their swords collide. Abner parries Joab's blow, the clash ringing in the air. Each swing carries the weight of their respective loyalties, a deadly dance of fate. As the battle rages, Abner takes a risky step back, contemplating his next move, the weight of his past threatening to close in. Realizing the stakes, Abner calls out for a truce. His voice booms over the din, a desperate plea to pause the carnage for a moment of clarity. Joab hesitates, noticing the vulnerability in Abner's heart. The battlefield falls into a tense silence, uncertainty hanging in the air. Abner's heart races as he stands amidst the fallen. He swallows hard, knowing any choice he makes could alter the course of their destinies. Finally, Joab lowers his sword, a flicker of understanding passing between them. In that moment, the simmering anger finds a glimmer of hope. The soldiers of both sides, sensing the change, pause, war-weary faces turning towards their leaders, the atmosphere thick with unresolved tension. Abner speaks again, urging peace, calling for a moment to recognize their shared humanity, even amidst the chaos of war. In that moment, a breath of hope stirs within the hearts of the weary warriors, a tiny flame among the ashes of conflict, promising rebirth. As the sun sets over the rolling hills of Israel, tension lingers in the air, thick with uncertainty and hope. Abner, adorned in a simple tunic, approaches David's camp with a determined gaze, ready to negotiate. David's men gather around, some wary, others hopeful, as they witness Abner's bold approach in the flickering light. David stands, cloaked in authority, inviting Abner into his presence, symbolizing the potential for peace. Joab watches from the shadows, his heart filled with jealousy and rage, the air thick with his malevolence. The two leaders discuss terms, their voices low yet intense, echoing the hopes of a divided nation. Joab's fists clench as he realizes the stakes. The bond forming between David and Abner threatens his ambition. Suddenly, in a moment of betrayal, Joab rushes forward, dagger in hand, breaking the fragile peace. The cruel act unfolds swiftly. Abner collapses to the ground, his life extinguished, a vision of hope shattered. A heavy silence envelops the camp. The sound of the dagger pierces the hearts of all, despair replacing hope. Joab stands over the lifeless body of Abner, triumph mingled with dread as he realizes the gravity of his actions. As night falls, the heavy toll of betrayal hangs in the air, marking a pivotal moment in Israel's tumultuous history. As night envelops the land, David sits in mourning. His heart heavy with grief, he recalls Abner's potential for uniting Israel. News of Abner's death spreads like wildfire, causing unrest among the tribes. Whispers of vengeance and division echo in the camp. Joab, consumed by his ambition, meets with his loyal followers, plotting to secure his power in the chaos that Abner's death has wrought. David learns of Joab's plans and feels the weight of betrayal once more. He knows he must act to preserve unity. In a powerful address, David calls for peace and unity, urging the tribes to remember the cost of ambition and the value of loyalty. The nation responds to David's plea, recognizing the need for a united Israel. Hope flickers anew in the hearts of the people.